Blink, The Power of Thinking Without Thinking by Malcolm Gladwell is a captivating exploration into the world of rapid cognition, the split-second decisions we make that can have profound impacts on our lives. Gladwell delves into the mysteries of the adaptive unconscious, the part of our mind that makes quick judgments and decisions, often without our conscious awareness. Through a series of engaging narratives and real-life examples, Gladwell illustrates how these instantaneous decisions can be both remarkably accurate and sometimes disastrously flawed. In the introduction, Gladwell sets the stage by presenting the concept of thin slicing, the ability to gauge what is really important from a very narrow window of experience. He introduces the idea through the story of art experts who could instantly recognize a statue as a fake, despite having no conscious knowledge of why they felt that way. This sets the tone for the book, which is a journey into understanding how our minds can make sense of situations based on the thinnest slice of information. Chapter 1: The Theory of Thin Slices, How a Little Bit of Knowledge Goes a Long Way, delves deeper into the concept of thin slicing. Gladwell explores how experts in various fields can make accurate judgments with surprisingly little information. He discusses the work of psychologist John Gottman, who can predict with remarkable accuracy whether a couple will still be together years later based on just a few minutes of observing their interactions. This chapter underscores the power of our unconscious mind to process and interpret complex information quickly and efficiently. In Chapter 2, The Locked Door, The Secret Life of Snap Decisions, Gladwell examines the role of the adaptive unconscious in our daily lives. He discusses how our minds are constantly making snap judgments, often without our awareness. Through the story of a police shooting, Gladwell illustrates how these instantaneous decisions can have life-altering consequences. He also introduces the concept of priming, where our unconscious mind is influenced by subtle cues in our environment, shaping our thoughts and behaviors in ways we may not realize. Chapter 3: The Warren Harding Error, Why We Fall for Tall, Dark, and Handsome Men, explores the biases that can influence our snap judgments. Gladwell uses the example of Warren Harding, often considered one of the worst presidents in U.S. history, who was elected largely based on his appearance and charisma. This chapter delves into the psychological phenomenon known as the halo effect, where our overall impression of a person influences how we feel and think about their specific traits. Gladwell warns that while thin slicing can be powerful, it can also lead us astray if we are not aware of our biases. In Chapter 4, Paul Van Riper's Big Victory, Creating Structure for Spontaneity, Gladwell discusses the importance of creating an environment that allows for effective rapid cognition. He tells the story of Paul Van Riper, a retired Marine Corps general who led a team to a stunning victory in a military simulation by encouraging decentralized decision-making and improvisation. Gladwell argues that by creating the right structure, organizations can harness the power of thin slicing to make better decisions. Chapter 5: Kenna's Dilemma, The Right Way and the Wrong Way to Ask People What They Want, explores the limitations of market research and the importance of understanding what people really want, rather than what they say they want. Gladwell discusses the story of musician Kenna, whose music was loved by those who heard it, but struggled to gain traction because it didn't fit into existing genres. This chapter highlights the importance of looking beyond surface-level preferences to understand people's true desires. In Chapter 6, 7 Seconds in the Bronx, The Delicate Art of Mind Reading, Gladwell delves into the complex world of nonverbal communication. He discusses how we unconsciously read and interpret facial expressions, body language, and other nonverbal cues to understand what others are thinking and feeling. Through the story of a tragic police shooting, Gladwell illustrates the high stakes involved in misreading these cues. Chapter 7, Listening with Your Eyes, The Surprising Secrets of Expertise, explores the nature of expertise and how experts develop the ability to make accurate snap judgments. Gladwell discusses the concept of deliberate practice, the idea that expertise is developed through focused, intentional practice over a long period of time. He also highlights the importance of immediate feedback in honing one's skills. In the conclusion, Gladwell reflects on the power and limitations of rapid cognition. He acknowledges that while our snap judgments can be remarkably accurate, they can also be influenced by biases and prejudices. Gladwell argues that by understanding the strengths and weaknesses of our adaptive unconscious, we can make better decisions and live more fulfilling lives. He encourages readers to be mindful of their snap judgments and to cultivate an awareness of the factors that influence them. Blink is a thought-provoking exploration of the human mind, offering insights into the ways we think, decide, and navigate the world around us. Through engaging storytelling and compelling examples, Gladwell invites readers to consider the power of their unconscious mind and the role it plays in shaping their lives. The book serves as a reminder that while our snap judgments can be a valuable tool, they should be used with care and consideration.